Hello, everybody. I hope you are doing great. I am Mana from Cafe Bazaar, and I hope you enjoy this session with me. Okay. You may have considered publishing your game in Iran, and this is why I'm here to encourage you if you haven't. So, first of all, I'm going to give you more information about Cafe Bazaar and then walk you through the current situation of the gaming market and then tell you more details about how to publish your game and make it a star in our market. So, Cafe Bazaar is the largest Android market in Iran with more than 45 million active users, and our users have been growing steadily, as you can see here. Also, there are more other 500 employees, I mean my colleagues who are working at Cafe Bazaar. You may ask about the importance of an app store while there is Google Play and other stores like Google Play. And here's the point. The important point is that our users can't make in-app purchases on Google Play, and our platform is the only way the apps and games can monetize from our regions. So this is why Iranians prefer Cafe Bazaar to Google Play. This way, they have access to more features and better functionality by making in-app purchases. Other than App Store, we have three other business units. Video that offers movie streaming services. We have game studio, that's game development, and publishing. This is where I come from. We localize and publish the games. Here you can see some numbers and gain more insights. So almost more than 36% of the downloads are from games. And you can see ARPU and ARPPU, which is high number, and CPI cost, which is low. And you can here compare the CPI cost in countries in this region. And for Iran, the CPI cost is 10 cents. And for example, for Turkey, it is 30 cents. And it means that advertising cost is low, so user acquisition is easier. And because the ARPU and ARPPU are good, it means developers can have good revenues. Here, I want to tell you about a case. For example, imagine if you have a football game and you want to publish it on Google Play. It has to compete with many big famous titles like FIFA and PES, and the competition is fierce. But if you publish it on Cafe Bazaar, it has a bigger chance to be noticed. You can compare the number of games on Google Play and Cafe Bazaar here. What I mean is that our market is a blue ocean, and if your game has a good quality, it has the potential to become successful, especially in some genres, and I'm going to talk about them soon. Well, another thing we do is that we offer publishing services in other countries in MENA region. As you know, this market has a big potential. It has the highest ARPPU in the world, which is around $270. And although it's growing rapidly, this market is underserved because only 1% of the mobile games have been localized into Arabic. And the developers see some complexities in entering this region. We know the market, so we can pave the way for developers by offering the best publishing plan. And sometimes we first publish the game on our platform to know the game better, and then publish it in other countries in MENA. So Cafe Bazaar can be like a growth launchpad. You can publish it at first in Iran and then publish it in a bigger region, so you have minimized the risk in this way. We also have some other partners that we may co-publish the games with them, who are Tamatem and Falafel. And here you can see an example of the games we have recently localized and published in MENA region, and its performance is good. Here you can see the growth of mobile market. Our market today is 128 times bigger than it was 8 years ago, and it is growing very fast. Here you can see the growth rate in each year. According to Statista, at the end of this year, our market will be $440 million market, and we predict that it would become $1 billion market in the next 5 or 6 years. So it is a huge growth, I know, but it's also an opportunity. I believe those who enter sooner, they can gain from first mover advantage. For example, they can benefit from brand recognition, which is important to our gamers. And here you can see different segments of the market. Mobile is ahead of PC, and almost 65% of the gaming industry is for mobile games. And also you can see that Android mobile phones strictly dominate other operating systems, and this is why an Android app store is very important here. Yeah, actually, we have more than 82 million population, and our population is young. More than 60% of our population is under 35, which is a young population. And internet penetration rate is also high. It's something like 94%. And we have 30 million gamers. And these gamers, they play almost 90 minutes a day. And the thing is that gaming is becoming a trend, and average age of the gamers is increasing. Now to tell you how to publish your game and make a star out of your game. The first thing to know is that localization. Localization is the key. Here you can see top 10 games of Cafe Bazaar, and 9 out of 10 games are in Farsi. Five games were localized and published by us, and 4 games were developed by Iranian gaming studio. Yes, this is why localization is an important process for us. And here there are some projects that I'm going to tell you more about them. So one of the things we do is translation. We had the translation of Legion of Ace, and we translated more than 1.2 million words in 2 months. And it doesn't mean that we didn't care about the quality of the translation. We sometimes check the translation 3 times, and if the English version does not have a good quality, we would use other versions. For example, we may also take a look at the French version to have a better quality of translation. Sometimes we should adjust the characters, especially female characters should be localized because of the regulations, you know, and you can see some samples here. It doesn't matter if the character is 2D, 3D, or spine, but what matters is that we don't change the character theme and art style. Sometimes even our gamers don't understand that these characters were censored. So we do everything with the approval and cooperation of the developer. Sometimes also we have deep localization. In the project of Call of Spartan, we adapted the storyline. In the original storyline, Iran was defeated by Western countries, so we worked with the studio and we adapted the storyline, and it's kind of the opposite way. And in the new game, Iranian will defeat other countries. And we even changed the war armor to make it more relevant to our history. The other thing that matter is market knowledge. Market knowledge is the other important factor to make your game successful. Here you see the percentage of the games in each genre, and you can see the percentage of the whole revenue for each genre. You see 4% of our games are strategy, and you may think maybe this genre is not very popular, but it almost constitutes more than 50% of our revenue. On the other hand, we see action games that make up almost 1/3 of our games. They're very popular, but they only constitute 10% of our revenue. There's only one action game in our top 10 games. So we can infer that we have made stars in some genres like strategy. They have a solid user base. Most of the games we publish in this genre can have good monetization. But in some genres like action, puzzle, sports, racing, um, maybe there's a lot of space for high quality games. If a good title is published, it can use this opportunity and become the best of its kind. Here you saw the importance of genre, but as you know, subgenres are also very important, and purchasing behavior of users are also very important. We have access to data of more than 67,000 games. We know a lot about our users' preferences and their purchasing behavior. So I think we have this market knowledge. Also, if you want to make your game successful, you should know and use local channels for marketing. Actually, we have access to all the store features, which makes promotion and user acquisition easier for us. For example, we use banners, we use search ads, we use discovery ads, we use AVOD, for example, the video of the games that is shown when our users are watching movies. So we have access to all the store features, and this makes the whole process of user acquisition easier for us. Also, we work with many ad networks, including native ad networks for user acquisition. In-app banner, web banner, and in-app videos are the tools we use when we are working with these ad networks for user acquisition. Social media has also great importance. Instagram is very popular in Iran, and more than 24 million Iranians use Instagram. We try to have an active presence in there too. So here's an example. We ran a campaign of Game of Sultans, and we asked our streamers to join this campaign. We worked with 8 streamers, and they posted 13 stories on their Instagram page, and we did also PR on some gaming website. Here you can see the example, and its content was how to become successful in this special game. And the result was that we had 350K impressions and 9,000 clicks on the game, and also 700 installs. There was also another campaign. It was digital campaign 360-degree. We optimized search ads. We used many ad networks, native ones. We used web banners, and we also worked with influencers. Here you can see Mia Plays. She's very famous and popular on Instagram among Iranian gamers. And the result was that we had 500 daily install and 400% growth in our organic install, and we also set a new record in our daily active users, and this was a very good result for us. So we use these types of marketing campaign for all of our games. Also, sometimes we use offline marketing. Here you can see a billboard for game Zula. I'm sure you know it. It's a Turkish developer. And although it has a lot of cost for us, but we believe it's effective. So having a Cafe Bazaar as your partner means that we would take care of the publishing, which includes localization and marketing, and all of the cost is at our side. What we split is the gross revenue, not the net revenue. So the process is very easy. And the localization, when we sign the contract and we start the process of localization. We have translation, artwork, culturalization, which is done by us. And also we have SDK integration, and we support the developer to do this. And if your game is on Google Play, this is very easy, and you can do it very easily in a short time. Then we have the implementation and QA to make sure there would be no problem when the game is launched. Then we will soft launch the game to gain more data about the game and marketing channels that is suitable for that game. And these insights are useful when we want to launch the game where we have growth and marketing. So to wrap it up, actually, I want to mention some points. Local app stores in Iran is the only way games and apps can monetize from this region because people can't make in-app purchases on Google Play. Cafe Bazaar is growing. Our mobile gaming industry is also growing rapidly, and those who enter sooner in this market, they can benefit from the first mover advantages. And also they have this chance to be seen in most of the genres that we have. Also, in order to be successful in our market, you should pay attention to three things. First of all is localization. Knowledge of the market is also important, and knowing and using local channels of marketing, it has an important effect if you want to have a star in our market. So, okay. So if you have any question, you can send me an email and I would be glad to discuss it with you. Yes, we have in-app purchases. Actually, we have also premium games, but most of the games that we have in our market, they monetize through in-app purchases. And also advertisement. It's another business model we use for our games. So thank you all, and I wish you enjoy the rest of the event. Thanks for your attention, and bye.